Previously on the upper room, a psalms a day keeps the devil away. Okay, that was how we initiated this context. Okay, of a daily vitamin. Now we usually say a vitamin a day keeps the doctor away, or an apple, but a psalms a day. But we didn't stop there. We said that what consistency. If you take vitamin C once in your lifetime, that's really good. Probably not going to help you that much. Not going to build your immune system. You're probably still going to get sick. Okay, consistency. When you take a vitamin regularly, that's where key. But then we didn't stop there. We said also that there's different types of vitamins. There's one that comes in a drug form. It's a higher dose, and that's the one we really want. It's not the best one for us, but we want a quick fix. We want something to just get me out of the way. Yes, I'm going to continue smoking, but just give me something for my throat, my lungs, and I'm continue doing whatever's bad. So we see this in everything we do. Yes, I chose a very extremist scenario, but we do this with so many things. So I'm not going to nitpick everything that we do. But we know that we do it, okay? Instant gratification, social media. We just want that quick, happy endorphins sent to us, and you're like, okay, I know I'm gonna cry in a little bit, but as long as I have this, as long as I have my chocolate, my ice cream, I'm good, okay? We like that drugs. Then we went to supplements. Now, supplements, we said that there's two different ways of viewing this. We said that supplements, sometimes we view the Bible as supplement. We're like, okay, I'm going to live my life completely, and then when I need a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of happiness, I'm just going to open the Bible and see a supplement, and then life is okay. It's peachy, okay? The other scenario is that we fill our life with other supplements. We fill it with things that, like, you know, friends and going out and all that stuff that don't really add something substance to our life, but at the same time, we're like, okay, this is vitamins. These are true vitamins because, you know, we need supplements, okay? We need the organic form. And I put the organic form, the living compound, okay? This is the living word. Now, we talked about a lot of things. It's funny because that's the one I spoke. And if you look it up in YouTube, when I speak, I never see myself in YouTube. I just kind of like, whatever happened, God's going to, you know, have to use it for his benefit and his glory. So I don't. But someone saw it and he's like, bro, like, what happened to you? You're messing up in words. You're stuttering. You look like straight up dyslexic. I'm like, this can't be good. So I checked it out. Now, in my defense, this is not justification, but this is still correlated to the talk. I had an allergy for 2 weeks. My eyes, if you ever saw me during this time, it looked like I was I saw a soap opera and I was crying my eyes out. This was like red and crying, and it was like, are you crying? I'm like, no, just sweating through the eyes, okay? Like, leave me alone. But it was really bad, and I took everything. I'm like, bring it on. I can't talk in front of you guys talking about vitamins and healthy, and here I'm, you know, crying my eyes out because of allergies and sniffles, and I felt something in my eye, and they didn't know if it was pink eye. They didn't know it was, you know, all this stuff. It didn't make sense because it will go away and then it'll come back. No, you know, I went to doctors. I couldn't figure it out. They gave me drugs. Didn't work. They gave me supplements. It didn't work. So I'm like, wait a second. All right, I'm preaching on this thing, and here I'm still not going to the source. After the talk I had in that morning, I took a drug previously. And that drug is an antihistamine. It just reduces the histamine, which is, you know, anti-allergy, basically. So as I took it, it makes you extremely drowsy. So when I woke up, I was like, what day is it? I don't think I'm talking today. So as you could see it clearly during my talk, okay? You could see it clearly. The next day, I think 2 days later, I went swimming. And when I went swimming, boom, gone. I felt like Naaman when he, went, 7 times in the water, come out, and all of a sudden clear. I had something in my eye. It was a little sty in my eye. I rhymed. And then when it flushed out, I was cured. Why we're both crying? It's a reflex, and if you study physiology, you totally understand. It makes sense, but I couldn't understand it. It reminds me of that Bible verse. I believe it's Matthew 7:3. Don't judge, the other person's sty. Take the sty out of your eye. Anyway, and no, I wasn't judging anyone. Everyone was fine, but it made me realize, wow, here I'm taking supplements. Here I'm going to vitamins and all this stuff, but I didn't attack it to the source. Now, that's another thing that we're going to talk this morning. Sometimes we're like, okay, well, I'm going to read my Bible, but I'm still going to listen to the same music. I'm still going to watch the same movies. I'm still going to be in the same friends. That's not going to help you because you got something stuck in your eye, okay? Now, that's a metaphor, but we're going to go a little further. Actually, furthermore, this morning, I got poison ivy. I got it all on my arm, got it all on my chest. Feels great. I had to, with a machete, open some path at my ranch, and I'm allergic to poison ivy. So, are vitamins really going to help me? Yeah, they could help me probably get better a little bit quicker, but it helps if you stay away from poison ivy. So with that said, it kind of helps if you stay away from situations, friends and music and all that. And I know it sounds cliche, but when you read the Bible, it could only go so far, okay? Why are we talking about this? Then Pastor Carlos spoke the next Sabbath, and he spoke about mastering it, okay? He talked about how things, even though you have a doubt, you have to go in the presence of God. Now, what does this have to do with vitamins and doubt? And wait, this is confusing. It's not really. It's all correlated, okay? As much as it seems like metaphors and it's like this hypothetical thing, there's a Bible verse that says in 1 Corinthians 6:19, it says, "Do you know that your body are the temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you?" It's a temple that is in you, okay? "Whom you have received from God." Now, a lot of people take this and say, you must take care of your body and your mind, and everything sounds great. But I'm going to focus actually in the last phrase. Here's where it's important. Now, of course, the rest is important. You are not your own. Now, isn't it nice when they lend you a car or, something, a phone? They say, hey, can you take a picture with my phone? You're not going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I took the picture. Okay, there, I'm going to throw it on the couch, whatever. No, it is not yours. Now, how sad is it if we explained this previously, if, you get a car and you put a gallon of sugar in the gas tank? You're probably not going to go as far as you think. Now, especially you wouldn't do this if it's not your car. Now, this is not your body, okay? It's not. You are not your own. What happens when you think that you're your own? What happens? Well, things like this happen. A lot of pain in the world. Phobias, stress, anxiety, depression, headaches, body pain, and substance abuse. Now, I know it's like, yeah, we know, but where does it come from? How do I get rid of it? I have anxiety. I open the Bible. I still have anxiety. Okay, when you lack a vitamin, certain things happen. Okay, substance abuse, all this stuff. But how great is it when you actually have Psalm 16:11, which says, "You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy." You'll fill me with joy. Wow, that's already comforting. After reading anxiety, depression, all that stuff, me reading them up here already was giving me anxiety. But here I read this passage, and it says, you will fill me up with joy in your presence. Number one, in order to receive that vitamin, you have to get the vitamin. Don't be like, I'm going to take vitamin C today. I'm just going to think it. You have to be in the presence of God, okay? With eternal pleasure. This is not a quick fix like a drug and then you masquerade it with, some antihistamine and it just means it suppressed the allergy. It didn't really take away the source of it, okay? So it will take it away for eternity. Why are we not doing this? Baffles me. But if we see the second one, we see, okay, now, I would have loved to go in depth in this, every single vitamin, and we got fat soluble, we got all this different forms, and we really could have done it, okay? But instead, I summarized it. I took one out of a sign and symptom of its deficiency. Now, again, this is completely metaphorically, so do not quote me on this. Like Marcel said, that if you don't read your Bible, you're going to have night blindness. Now, if you read this, what is night blindness? Like, I turn off the light, I'm like, I'm blind, I have deficiency of vitamin A. No, it means that if it's a little dark, okay, just like this room, you kind of see figures, but you can't see the whole thing. Now, imagine this, okay? You don't read your Bible. You lack that vision, okay? Now, we're going to go through each one. What happens when you have a deficiency of vitamin D, okay? There is bone pain, muscle weakness, fatigue, frequent infection. You get where I'm going with this? It means you're not protected. It means you're easily attacked. It means you don't have the strength. Go on. Vitamin E, loss of reflexes. Well, reflexes. You're not quick to respond. Responsibility. You're lacking your responsibilities. Responsibility, the ability to respond. You're not connected with a source that it helps you react to your surroundings, helps you help others. You're lacking that component because you're lacking the source of the vitamin, okay? Go to vitamin E, loss of reflex, poor wound healing. You get hurt, you get breakup, you don't heal as properly, okay? You're not going to the source. You got vitamin K, bruising, okay? You're easily hurt. they touch you and you become all sensitive, you know. It's like, even if they tell you something nice, I've seen literally people that are so sensitive and you know that they're lacking something in their life. Or like, you're as sweet as cotton candy. And you're like, he called me soft and he called me fluffy. He called me fat. And you know, you got all this, what's going on here? Because you're lacking something in your life and it throws everything off, and you could see something is unbalanced. And trust me, when you see someone, you usually know something's a little bit off. Okay? Are you that person that other people think that you're a little bit off? You don't realize it because you're lacking something? Well, are you? Because the vitamin K, niacin, photosensitivity and inflammation. Now, again, completely metaphorically. Okay? Photosensitivity means when they turn on the light, you're like, too bright. When people are lacking something in their life and you try to share light with them, they're like, oh, man, too many rules. Oh, man, you're so strict. Oh, my parents always want me to do this. Oh, no. You think that when it's good for you. Light is good. Provides so many things that we could talk about. But you're lacking something in your life, a vitamin that makes you reject the light. Isn't that amazing? Next one. We got more. There's more. Vitamin B6, irritability. I've had that one. Vitamin C, anemia, fatigue, aching bones, joints, poor healing, depression, anxiety, irritability, bone. We get the point. We're lacking something. I get it. Now, how do we deal with it? Next one. Okay, so here we go. Again, do not quote me. Metaphorically speaking, pyromania. Does anyone know what that is? What? No, you like fire. Oh, fire. Okay? So, how many people in real life like fire? Now, I'm not talking about the real fire. I'm talking about people who like to ignite drama. Who like to, there's a phrase in Spanish that says, meter leña al fuego. Now, don't look at anyone. You're like, that's just over there. No. Okay? Who likes to throw logs to the fire and make things burn? Who likes to see things corrupt and ashed? Okay? Pyromania. You're lacking something. Paranoid personality means you don't trust. Where's that coming from? You don't trust anything or anyone? Is it because you yourself are not trustworthy? Or you haven't gone to a Bible who you know that God is trustworthy? All right, narcissist. I'm not even going to go into that one. You just love yourself so much you're willing to trample over anyone. Bipolar disorder. You ever had a friend that's two-faced? Okay, I'm not going to go too far because you're going to start looking around, okay? How about someone who comes here and has a Bible and goes out, and then you know that they're partying Saturday night, you know, as soon as they get out of church. Sometimes I've heard rumors, not in this church, but they even go out, you know, to clubs or whatever in the same clothes they wore in the morning into church. Wow. Two-faced. Okay. Now, again, if you see someone two-faced, don't go up to them and, you're bipolar. I've diagnosed you. No, this is a completely metaphorically sense. Eating disorder. Eating disorder, metaphorically speaking, is when you know something is harming you, when you're auto-destructing yourself and everyone sees it and it's noticeable. But to have a sense of control in your life, you're willing to still go through that self-destructive mode just to have a sense of having because you're lacking so much. Attention deficit. I did not have drugs last night. No. No more allergies for me. So this is all me if I make a mistake. But attention deficit. Now, people who have this are people that are around them and are screaming for help and stuff, but you don't pay attention. I'm sorry. There are people that have it right now. I'm sharing a message that could help you, that could probably change your life, but I'm just look at the sky, you're paying attention. Why? Because you think that this is boring? No. I'm trying to give you something that helps. There might be a deficit of some kind of vitamin because you are not connected to the source. Next one. Now, we go to more OCD. Histrionic personality disorder means that people who only wants attention and they kind of feel kind of sad or kind of bad if they're not the center of attention. Okay? Narcolepsia. Okay? Narcolepsy. Spanish narcolepsia. What is it? When you fall asleep. Okay? You could be literally talking to a person. I've literally spoken to someone. They're like, oh, man. And then last week I went fishing. Anyway, and then I was like, wow, it's impressive. But how many of us are spiritually sleeping? How many just fall asleep on their dreams, fall asleep on actually improving themselves and their character? We are asleep. Then there's the insomnia. There's the other side. People who just don't find rest. No matter how hard they try, no matter what they do, you just don't find rest. I mean, there's plenty of Bible verses. Come ye who are heavy laden, burden, and I will give you heavy laden and wow, I will give you rest. I think I need some rest as well. Next one. So here are a few Bible verses. Now there's several, and I want you to read them on your own. But imagine this power. See, when hard pressed, I cried to the Lord. He brought me into a spacious place. The Lord is with me. I will not be afraid. There's phobia out the door. I'm going to jump ahead. The Lord is with me. He is my helper. Psalms 23:4. Even though I walk through the darkness. Oh, I could see, I walk through darkness. I will fear no evil. You are with me. Psalms 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted, depression, anxiety, all that gone out the window. And he binds up the wounds. Next one. We got Psalms 107:19-20. Then they cry to the Lord in their troubles, and he saved them from their distress. He sent out his words and healed them. Psalms 119:28. My soul is weary with sorrow, but strengthened. He gave me strength. He strengthened me according to his word. Psalms 25:17-18. Relieving the troubles of my heart and free me from my anguish. There's way too many. I could spend this whole entire time just going one by one by one, and each one provides a different vitamin. Each one can help you in a different way. But it's not me to give it. It's for you to receive it in your own way. Next one. Supplements. Now, I already talked to this because I talked about it in my last one, and I can't help but talking it now. We just went through a core camp. It was called Core Camp at my ranch, and it was 20 kids around your age who did three weeks, and then we ended extending it for another week, and it was basically 1 month, same kids, and we grew a lot, talked a lot, and it was a phenomenal time. But a constant question that was brought up was, all right, Marcel, I get it. You analyze everything. You say, is it good for you? Is it bad for you? How do I know? That sounds exhausting. And I've said it here before, but if we keep making the same mistakes, I feel like the message hasn't been brought across. Okay, supplements. Supplements are friends, relationships, music, video games, actions, things that you do, even family members. When you're feeling really alone, you're like, I just need to be, where's my sister? Where's my brother? Where's my mom? You need a supplement. There's too much noise in your head, because you're not going to what actually can change, okay? So much can be said. If supplements are in your life, that is bad. But if you want to add something negative, in Core Camp, there's a kid, and I walked in the room, and he was eating chocolate. That's not so good for your health. Was I going to dock him on it and put him on timeout? No, it's chocolate. But when I came in, he hit it, and he put it, and I heard the paper crunching, and he shoved it in his shirt. I am like, hey, come here. He thought I didn't see it. I'm like, you think that I care for the chocolate that's melting in your armpit? I don't care. You hiding it, however, is completely destroying your life. People that are doing an action, music, toxic relationship, all this stuff, and they know it's wrong, but they justify it in their head, and they go, it's still against the grain and everything, that's what's harming you, not the action itself. Why are you hurting today? Because you are. Everyone is, one way or the other. We have the medication right in front of us, we don't take it, and on top of it, we justify our actions a billion different ways, and that's killing us. Next one. Now, we're coming to an end. We're closing quickly, okay? This is going to help you know if a supplement, because the Bible's not everywhere. I would lie to you and say, the Bible is your only answer, and when you go, you got to talk the Bible, preach the Bible, see the Bible, hear the Bible, and you're like, whoa, well, what about school? What about friends? What about everything? It would be a lie, okay? This is your foundation. This is your food. This is not a supplement. Live it, breathe it, yes. But out there, it's a jungle, and I understand it. I've been there. It's school. It's difficult. So how do you know if a supplement is good for you? First of all, can this supplement help me? Do I need it for a medical condition or to prevent a disease? If this friend, do I use this friend because he distracts me and it's fun and doesn't really add anything to my life but is great? Or is it actually preventing me from harm, from pain? Is it good for me? Does it add something in my life? Ask yourself this question. This is taken from, supplements, okay? totally applicable though. What does the research say about its benefits? What does it say about this music? What does it say about video games? What does it say? Pros and cons. Weigh it out. Be smart about everything you do. It's not that difficult. When they tell me, do you want to go clubbing? Yes, no, no. Did I have to analyze that one? No. You want to go swim in my lake? Yeah. Why? Because one adds a memory, a great thing in my life, exercise, sunlight, all of that, and the other one doesn't. Easy breezy. Next one. How much? No, just kidding. Next one over here. How much would I take? Take too much, take too less. Everything good, it creates balance. Too much water could actually kill you. Too much the Bible, if you're a fanatic and you're like, I can't hear anything, I just got to read the Bible and the Bible and the Bible, that will also hurt you. It's stressful. The Bible is meant to be a balancing where you enjoy it, where you live it, where you enter in communion and communication with God is beautiful. When and how far long do I need it? Everything in action. This reminds me of 1 Corinthians, I want to say 13:11. When I was a child, I acted like a child, thought like a child. See, these things that I gotta say. Thought like a child, act like a child, but when I was a man, I put away all childish things, okay? Now you are growing, you are maturing, you're learning greater and better things. So those supplements that you used to enjoy, you got to put them away. That's it. It's no longer time for those friends that do those dumb things. You know better. You come here, and I'm sorry, you know better. Therefore, that's it. That holds a responsibility in your life. Are there any side effects? Now, in the first talk, we talked about side effects, and it was, great, and it's amazing how you have something that's going to be good for you, a supplement that's good for you, and all of a sudden it gives you headache, nausea, vomiting, projectile, diarrhea, and unexpected gas. You don't want that in your life. And how many things do we actually are attracted to in our life that gives us that many side effects, and we still take it anyway? I remember previously I said you go for something that gives you stomach pain and it gives you like 2 pages long of side effects, and one of them is stomach pain. I'm taking the thing for stomach pain, and one of the side effects is stomach pain, okay? What are the best brands? There are plenty of counterfeits. The enemy puts these different brands and said, this one's going to help you for anxiety, depression, and all this stuff. But that brand, I'm sorry, I'm not going to fall for the counterfeit because I got the real deal right here. And then we got, can I take it along with other medications? Should I avoid any foods? If it doesn't mingle, if you're in a friendship or something that you can't bring to church, or it doesn't relate to something, or this music, it's funny because I watched a cartoon. Have you ever watched a cartoon and you're like, that's not a bad cartoon, and then your 5-year-old little niece walks in and you're like, ooh, that's actually not appropriate, like turn it off. Have you ever seen that like that? Can it be with other foods, taken with other foods? Can it be with other medication? When you have a good group, and it's a good group, and you bring someone along and it doesn't fit, that's alarming. It could be with anything. If you're going to play music in the upper room, and I love this song, you play it, and you're like, that's not appropriate, then why are you listening to it? If you want to play a video game, if you want to see a movie, that's out. Every supplement, okay? That's great. Next one. 3 tips, finishing with this. That's it. 3 tips for storing a vitamin. You want to keep it forever, or is it time to let go? How to know when it's time to let go? Okay, I wish I could have had time to explain why do we get there and all the side effects and everything, but let's go with the basics. When it's time to let go, keep them in a dark, cool place. Dry. Avoid bathrooms, other damp spots. Make sure you keep them on a high shelf in a locked cabinet out of reach of children. Some vitamins and supplements wear out when they sit on the shelf for too long. Do a regular check of your stash and throw out any that are past their expiration dates. What did I just read? It didn't make sense. Here's the thing. This is not a supplement. Now, if I got to come here every Sabbath to tell you that, and you still don't get it, I would rather still come and tell you every single Sabbath. Because this one, you don't have to keep it in the dark. If you have to keep that friend in the dark, that music in the dark, bye-bye. If it can't take wet, which wet, I'm gonna translate into that a storm. If a storm comes, okay, and you know that's not gonna survive a storm, this one right here, this one calms the storm. This one dominates the storm. But your little withered friends and music and all that, when you're going through a hard time, it doesn't help you. It actually adds to the problem. Bye-bye. Avoid damp spots. Make sure and keep it on the shelf, locked away from children. Wow. The innocence, locked away from innocence because it's not appropriate. Right here, Good for all ages. This is how I know that this is forever. I'm going to jump ahead. Next one. This is the last Bible verse. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. I keep my eyes always. How do I know that this is my true vitamin? Guys, we're coming to an end, but I want you to make a choice. This is universal. Universal. Harry Potter sold millions of copies. I'm sorry, but in Asia, in Russia, in India, they will not relate to Harry Potter. They don't look like him. They don't sound like him. He's British, for starters, you know. But this one, it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your socioeconomic status. It doesn't matter your country. It doesn't matter your background. This vitamin heals. But in order for this to take place, in order for this to change your life, you have to let go of the supplements. You have to indulge this as a whole entire meal. You have to live it and breathe it. And what makes it even better, don't justify the rest. Live in transparency, in congruency. Don't lie to yourself. Woo, shots fired. But here we go. I don't want to finish this like this today. I want to finish this with a decision, a choice. Do you want to stay sick? Or do you actually want to be better? Now, together, whoever wishes really to take this seriously, and I don't mean lightly. This is in front of God, not in front of me, not in front of TV, not in front of anything. In front of God. If you want to take this step, stand up and say, you know what? Enough with the supplements. I want to make a choice and actually be healed. I want to be congruent. I want to let go of those things in my life that I thought were meaningful and are meaningless in comparison to this that could save me, that could heal me. And I'm going to make that commitment to read Psalms and let it transform my life, not by reading it, but by acting it out in my life. Because that is true vitamins. That's what heals. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for giving us vitamins, for that dose of what can heal us, what takes away the pain. And no matter what we're going through, Lord, that the world shakes us up, Lord, and any sickness that could come our way, you're the true healer, Lord. And I'm sorry that so often we turn our backs and settle for the counterfeits, settle for the drugs or the supplements, when the organic living life source is you, Lord. May we be able to not only read it, but may you grant us the strength to carry it through, Lord, with our actions, with our daily life, and preach it to the world, and when necessary, use words. May you guide us today of the Sabbath and bring us peace. In Jesus we pray. Amen.